The Federal Reserve isn't federal. It doesn't even have reserves. So what if I told you a private company, Ripple, might soon replace it, and potentially save the US from its $37 trillion debt crisis? Buckle up, because the future of money is about to change. All right, let's take a step back and look at the current state of the US financial system. The Federal Reserve, despite its name, isn't actually part of the federal government. It's a private institution that operates independently, and the system that it oversees is deeply flawed. The Federal Reserve relies on outdated infrastructures like SWIFT to handle international payments. And let me tell you, SWIFT is slow, expensive, and totally out of touch with the demands of today's digital economy. Meanwhile, countries like China and India are moving away from SWIFT. The BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are building their own financial networks to bypass the US entirely. The US are stuck with systems that are holding them back. Add a $37 trillion national debt and it's clear, something needs to change. And then, there's Steve Bassett, the new nominee for Treasury Secretary, who makes a bold claim. He says there's no need for the US central bank digital currency or a CBDC. Why? Most major countries are rushing to develop CBDCs. So what's the deal here? Maybe we already have a solution.
Oh, hi. I'm Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple.
Let's talk about Ripple. Ripple isn't just another blockchain company. It's a financial powerhouse. This is something that I have been trying to get to you to understand in the last couple of years with my deep dive education on Ripple and XRP. It's a company with potential to transform the global economy and maybe even replace the Federal Reserve. Here's what makes Ripple so powerful. First, licenses. Ripple holds licenses for money transmissions, trust, custody, you name it. This isn't just a tech company. It's an entire financial infrastructure in one. Second, RLUSD. Ripple recently launched RLUSD, a stable coin that's fast, auditable, and scalable. And third, speed. Ripple's blockchain processes transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. Compare that to the days it takes with SWIFT or the Federal Reserve's outdated systems. And here's something even more fascinating. During Trump's administration, there were discussions about integrating XRP into America's strategic reserve. That's right, Ripple's technology wasn't just good enough for payments. It was being considered for the US financial backbone. So if Ripple can handle that level of responsibility, why not replace the Federal Reserve altogether? Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin doesn't just settle transactions instantly, it also generates yield. Think about that. Every transaction on Ripple's system can create value. That means the government could finally have a tool to address the national debt, while making the economy more efficient for everyone. And Ripple isn't just about the US. Globally, countries are abandoning SWIFT because they're tired of sanctions and inefficiencies. Ripple offers a fast and fairer alternative. By adopting Ripple, the US could bring these countries back into the fold, not through coercion, but through innovation. This isn't just about saving the US economy. It's about redefining global financial leadership. Let's imagine a world where Ripple becomes the backbone of America's financial system. Here's how it could work. The US Treasury declares RLUSD as a legal tender, integrating Ripple into the financial system. Ripple's blockchain replaces SWIFT for international payments, cutting settlement times from days to seconds. And the Federal Reserve, it becomes obsolete. Ripple wouldn't just replace the Federal Reserve, it would improve on it. Its system is transparent, auditable, and scalable. And unlike the Federal Reserve, Ripple's blockchain is designed for a digital-first economy. And remember Trump's interest in XRP as a strategic reserve. If Ripple becomes part of the US strategic reserve, it could cement its role as the foundation of the world's financial system. This is what I've been trying to get through to you guys. Now, what happens if the US adopts Ripple's system? The implications are massive, not just for them, but for the entire world. First, the US regains its position as a global financial leader. Ripple's blockchain offers instant settlements and unparalleled transparency. Countries that left SWIFT might come back under the US-led financial system powered by Ripple. Second, Ripple's system could help tackle America's debt crisis. Generating yield on every transaction means the government could finally start paying off this $37 trillion debt and create a stronger, more efficient economy in the process. And third, this would signal the dawn of a new era. The US could lead the charge into a blockchain-powered future, setting the standard for other nations to follow. Ripple's system isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution. So here's the big question: is Ripple the future of money? Could RLUSD and XRP replace the Federal Reserve and transform the US economy? The answer depends on whether the US is willing to embrace the change. The Federal Reserve can't keep up with the speed and scalability that Ripple offers. And as global competition heats up, the US can't afford to wait. Ripple has the tools, the technology and the vision to reshape the financial landscape. The real question is, will we let it? What do you think? Could Ripple and USD really replace the Federal Reserve? Are we witnessing the dawn of a new financial era? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you've learned something. Until next time, stay sharp, stay ahead, stay outcast.